Very good afternoon to you. Thanks for clicking on to today's edition of Vogan'S views on the USA and the UK. I'm going to do a double video today, having a little discussion about the current setup across the Northern Hemisphere. Quite interesting indeed. We've got another large area of low pressure Pacific storm system that's drifting slowly towards the North American coast, and eventually that will reach the west coast of the United States by around mid next week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, will basically the days leading up to that, we'll start to see bands of rain pushing into the California coast up to through Oregon and Washington as well. But as we progress into the midpoint of next week, we're going to be seeing that system push ashore. As it does so, ahead of that, we're going to be seeing the ridge take place once again, pumping that heat from Mexico all the way up through plains. And as well as that, on the eastern seaboard, we're going to be seeing that trough deepening. The system that's producing the heavy snow across Montana up into Saskatchewan is going to push northeastwards. It will stall out by the same point that system in the west coast will then move onshore across California. So the problem is that we've got an area of high pressure across the North Atlantic. That's going to block the pattern up. We're going to be seeing that system, like I say, Montana, Saskatchewan, basically stall out over Quebec. As it does so, it's going to rotate cold air down into the eastern sea, down through the eastern part of the United States, reinforcing that late winter chill, so to speak, or should I say the spring chill. But certainly we're going to be seeing snow showers take place across particularly the interior northeast of the United States. Heat across the central plains. Yeah, we're going to be seeing some severe weather triggered again through the southern plains into the Arklatex region and eventually the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley as well. Those classic primary regions. But the interesting thing is, folks, we've got a very active jet stream across the Pacific Ocean at the moment, feeding those storms in. Now, I don't know for sure whether it's the system out in the Pacific at the moment or it's the one over the central part of North America that was the one that produced basically the typhoon-like event across Japan. It's all interlinked, of course. The weather's all joined up. That system is going to impact North American weather. What I'm interested in finding out, and I'm actually looking at this, I was thinking about this today, is looking back at the past winter. And there's a strong correlation between the year of 2006, January and February of 2006, with this year. We've seen Eurasia, very, very cold. It's been a very, very brutal winter across, particularly through eastern parts of Russia, through Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, lots of stands, Kazakhstan, and even all the way through China and Korea. I'm quite pleased that I got all that in. We have seen a brutal winter over there, folks. And I think there's sometimes there's a bit of a hesitancy with the media in highlighting that just because the United States has been a blowtorch winter, very warm winter indeed, of course, we had very, very warm March readings, off the scale warm in fact, and of course here in the UK we've had a pretty warm winter, but the correlation is very, very prominent between Alaska and Eurasian cold and of course the warmth over the United States, the lower 48 and the UK. Very similar, almost identical mirror image of 2006. I found that quite interesting, just something that I wanted to point out to you. But we've got a situation at the moment. We're going to be seeing more in the way of troughiness and settled weather, cool weather across the eastern United States. Of course, that warmth getting pumped northwards ahead of that system in the west coast. And as well as that, here in the UK, we're going to be seeing much more unsettled weather. And it looks as if, folks, the models are hinting that the majority of this month is going to be pretty much an unsettled pattern. Cooler. We're going to be seeing pulses of rain, frontal boundaries frequently pushing into the UK and Ireland, producing, of course, heavy rain. We could be looking at a couple of inches of rain, in fact, on Monday across a large swath of the UK and Ireland. Much, much different to what we've seen in March. And, of course, across North America, it looks as if there's going to be a more changeable, cooler pattern, especially for the eastern part of the United States, for the rest of this month as well. So it's interesting days. Keep checking back. I'll try my best to keep you up to date as much as possible. And as well as that, I'm going to put a link on to my blog and Facebook and Twitter on who you should follow as well. The folk that I follow, and I'm going to let you know who to follow as well. Hope you have a great Easter weekend and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.